What's up, you guys? Welcome to MVP. I am Shiloh, aka Lover Girl.
And I'm Chelsea, aka the stick-up kid, never gonna not be.
Yeah, welcome to another week. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening.
What's up?
Let's get into it. It's time for Queer Cheers.
It's time for Queer Cheers.
Woo! Woo-hoo. All right, y'all. This week we're giving the flowers to GLAAD Honors.
Yes.
So GLAAD Honors is a little different than the actual GLAAD Media Awards. GLAAD Honors actually is an event that comes before the GLAAD Media Awards, usually like a day or two. It's produced by GLAAD's Communities of Color and Media Department.
Love that.
Yep. They celebrate and recognize the contributions of Black, queer, and brown leaders in entertainment, advocacy, journalism, and other fields. And it takes place usually before the Media Awards. And it's just a room full of all the Black and brown queers.
We love that.
Yeah, and I saw all the pictures. I saw some of my friends out there doing their thing. And it's just nice to be acknowledged. I think Nisi and Jessica, you know, they're like our chief. It's like they become like
our representatives,
the first two ladies of
the first ladies of the queer community.
Okay, of the Black queer community for sure.
Love that. Dope.
But yeah, it was a lot of good performances, and I just saw a lot of faces that look like us, and it was nice. So it's a nice thing that GLAAD does to kind of really recognize us within media. I mean, first of all, we run the Media Awards too, so don't get it twisted. I mean, Cynthia, Doechii, Lil Nas X, that's who was on the main award.
Your girl was out there.
Yeah.
I saw her all over the pictures with during the honors, so that was really, really dope. That was last week.
Yep.
Dope.
So queer cheers to the GLAAD Honors in particular.
We love that. We love that.
Vibe check.
Vibe check. What's going on, Shiloh? What's going on?
What's up? What's up with you? I haven't heard no dating updates. I haven't heard what's happening over there.
Yeah, you know what's up? I've been having this, I've met someone, we'll see where this goes, but I've been having this conversation.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Don't relax. We have not met in person yet. It has not happened. We have not graduated yet.
Are we friends?
But I'm loving the conversation. Okay. I'm loving where this is going. So we probably will meet soon.
Okay.
So we've graduated to that. We are off the apps. We are moving forward. So we'll see where this goes.
I love this.
Yeah. So we'll see. So I'm kind of like juggling. We're juggling conversations. Uh-huh. I'm looking for an apartment. I just put in my notice to my landlord on the 1st that I'm moving out.
That's always stressful.
Yeah. You know how I am with moving. It's my least favorite thing to do. I have moved like 55 times.
Yes, you keep.
It is my weakest skill. Out of my toolbox, it is my weakest skill. I hate doing it, and here we go again.
Everybody hates it.
Oh my gosh.
You're not alone in that. I think they said moving is one of the most stressful things up there with like divorce and like.
Seriously.
It's taxing.
It is.
Mentally, spiritually, it's a lot.
It
Emotionally.
It is.
And then physically, but I don't do the physical labor anymore.
No, I'm not doing it. Like somebody's got to do all of it. Because as soon as I put in my notice, I just like looked around my apartment and I was like, okay, somebody's got to take down that TV. Somebody's got to take down all the things on the wall.
That's something.
Somebody's got to pack up all this stuff.
In my late 30s, I wasn't doing that. Like
I'm not.
I'm calling my friends and buying pizza and getting a U-Haul. That was
friends are like, we're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
Nobody's coming over for pizza.
Injure ourselves. In our
throwing out bats.
Okay, we're not doing that. No. In our 20s, it was cool.
And I'm not even gonna ask y'all. So
no, I'm not.
I feel you.
Never.
So here we go. We're on the apartment search. So I will be updating you weekly on how that's going.
Yeah.
I'm in West Hollywood now, so I'm moving to the Valley. I'm gonna move closer to you.
Come on,
we're gonna see what's up.
We're gonna see what's up, girl. When I tell you. The reason me and Chelsea, we had to find a compromise on where we would live in LA because I don't know, for some of you that don't live in LA, the landscape is very spread out.
Yeah.
So West Hollywood is nowhere close to Van Nuys, is nowhere close to Inglewood, is nowhere, like everything is spread out. So Chelsea refused to live in the Valley.
I never wanted to be a Valley girl.
She was so anti-Valley.
Dead on it.
And
would not.
Look, I fucks with the Valley. I fucks with the Valley, not too deep into the Valley, but I fucks with the Valley because you get more space, you get more for your money.
But the summers,
I love
like
the heat.
Sits there.
I love the heat. And there's pools and there's central AC, things that don't come in some of the main LA areas. Like some places don't have central AC.
I'm gonna do it. Shiloh, you took me on a drive around your neighborhood.
I was so mad because, mind you,
I was hanging out the window like a dog. I was like, it's nice over here.
It's nice over here. And I said, bitch, you're in the Valley. You're in the Valley, bitch. And we had already went ahead with another apartment. I was like, this whole time we could have been in the Valley, saving money, but.
So we're going to see. But interestingly enough, on an emotional tip, I kind of made a discovery that I did not know. I've been holding on to some stuff and I didn't know. So it kind of came out. So I discovered something that I've been sitting on for many years.
Do tell.
A little resentment.
A little resentment.
Yeah, it had to do with my family. So interestingly enough, it was cool to see or discover something that I didn't know.
Did you reread a journal entry or something?
No, I was kind of writing out some things that
and it just came up.
And kind of working through something, and it kind of popped up, and I hadn't ever put the two and two together. I had never connected the dots before. So it wasn't deeply painful. It wasn't the most positive thing. It wasn't deeply painful, but it was one of those like, this all makes sense now.
Aha moment, as Oprah would say.
A hella aha moment. So thankfully, I had somebody that is close to me. I made a call and is working with me through the step with this, talking me through this.
Okay.
And but it was interesting. So that happened this week. It was kind of like an aha moment, which was cool, I guess. So
okay.
That's my week. That's my week.
All right. I as soon as we left this podcast studio, I went home. Remember I was saying how many revelations I'm having, and I've been taking care of my body, and the last thing I want to do is hurt myself. Well,
but wait a minute. Yeah, because she's a runner, she's a track star. What happened?
I had to use rice. I had to rest, ice.
What?
Compress and elevate this foot because my foot, I don't know if the what are those shoes that I got, I went and got the right shoes that I thought would help the overpronation and all this stuff.
Yeah, you told me you was getting measured and standing on things
all
and
that,
was
but
molding
I think
things.
my foot was like, bitch, we not correcting it. You trying to do too much. Like you trying. So after that 6 mile run, it started to hurt, and I still ran afterwards. But then after like my second run after that 6 mile run, I was like, ooh, it hurts to walk now. So I had to chill. Today, actually, I did my first run since.
Okay.
And it felt much better.
Good.
But I'm like, please, God, let me run. It's like when I finally started liking it, it was like, now my body's like, and it was very frustrating actually, because it was like, I want to run. But
you got to listen to your body. You got to listen to your body.
We
are of an age.
Lesson.
We are of an age.
I know.
Where our body is like, yo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Chill. Chill. I remember like 2 years ago, I was fucking around in a park and I tried to do a cartwheel. But I didn't think nothing of it because I could do cartwheels.
No stretching, no nothing.
No, I mean, it's a cartwheel. No.
Yeah, but not if your body ain't been upside down in a minute.
The way my body was like, huh? The fuck you thought you was doing? I was like, it was a
Them
core.
shoulders gave
It was
up.
a core. It was a core.
It wasn't even a wheel.
I was so embarrassed, fell to the ground. I was like, okay, we ain't doing none of that. It was like, I couldn't even tumble. I was like, let me sit down. So listen to your body.
I'm definitely listening to my body. I'm doing all the things correctly. Like I went on walks. I did all the things. I took the Motrin, So it was just a frustrating week, I think, in that regard with some things. But then it was also a very good week at the same time. Like there was a package that I thought was lost to the mail, and then it arrived like some days later I was like, oh my God, because they had said it was delivered and it wasn't delivered, and
nothing's ever really lost.
I know.
It's never really
I came
lost.
out the elevator and it was April 1st. It was like a new month and it was like new energy, and I was like, okay. And then, the person that I said I crossed boundaries
Yeah.
We back cool. It's a redemption story.
Update. We love an MVP update. Okay, we love an MVP update. That was like episode 2.
I know, it came back
love
around.
that.
And it's really cool, and I'm really grateful for it.
Come on, 6 episodes later.
You know, when you respect people's boundaries and you communicate and like keep it light, and it's cool.
I love that for you. Y'all, she's smiling right now.
Girl, get out of here.
I love that for you.
Get out of here.
Nah, that's really, really dope.
So that's cool.
Sometimes things just take time.
Yeah.
You know, that's growth.
That's real.
I love that. I love that.
Did you see Senator Cory Booker?
Oh, did I see it? You had to be like sleeping for more than 24 hours if you ain't see him, because he went 25 hours.
This nigga went
25 hours.
How do you do that?
Come on. Let me.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment.
Talk for 25 hours and say meaningful shit.
The commitment on that.
Man.
I love that.
And I love that he broke the racist ass Strom Thurmond record that was filibustering against the Civil Rights Act.
Yes.
I love that is what went down.
So symbolic.
It's so symbolic.
So symbolic.
In this time.
So symbolic. 25 hours. He didn't pee. He was, going. Talk about Energize the Bunny. Battery in his, he was just so, it was really, really inspiring to see him do it. And the way he used social media, the reach, the audience. Yeah. He hit 350 million viewers.
Damn.
Over 700,000 followers.
Wow.
Like, his reach was strong. So when we think about, I know we don't really talk about politics on this podcast, but when we think about the Democratic Party and kind of how we haven't really heard the voice a lot. We've been hearing a lot from the Republican side. For him to go that long and go that strong, for things that we do need to be talking about, and for him to reach that amount of people is incredible.
And it's not lost that it's a Black person.
It is not lost.
It ain't never lost.
No. And we talk about it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And that's what he did. He did a marathon.
He did.
So
he did.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Dope.
On another light-skinned nigga tip, Drake out here being a sore loser still. Did you see his video for this new song? Who calling my phone? This song is so whack to me, but people are.
What? I haven't how did I miss that? I caught something about his little lawsuit, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a second. But I missed this video. What happened?
He's such like a little brat.
He's such a spoil. He acts like a middle child. What is happening?
He acts like
he's got middle child syndrome.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
I don't know, child. But he tried to troll Kendrick's video where Kendrick trolled him. And it was just like, you lost, Drake, you lost. Just stop. Please take the L. Don't bring up Kendrick no more, ever. Just, you lost badly.
Oh,
badly.
Man.
Just take the L and move on. We like Drake with the melodies. Just do that.
Just go back to the melodies. But your team is not telling you
this.
This is, again, we talked about it the other week. You got to have people in your camp that got your back, that are just like, chill.
Put your phone down, chill.
Put your phone down.
Let's do something totally
different. Let's go on a vacation.
Let's not
leave
talk
the country.
about nothing. Let's have just some bad bitches in this video. Let's figure out another concept besides bringing up the motherfucker who murked you in these streets.
How about let's just change the conversation?
Yeah.
Let's change the conversation.
Yeah. That shit was wild.
Man. But he did have something going on with his lawsuit where he did win a little something, where I think they're going back to look at something going through. He won discovery.
Right.
I think his camp won discovery. So he can
go through Kendrick's
so now
contracts
he can go through stuff.
And stuff. Who cares, Drake? This just makes you look worse. It just makes him look worse. It's like,
why do you care so much?
I've never in a rap battle ever seen somebody go, like, people take their L's and they move on.
Right.
Like, Jay-Z got murked by Nas in Ether, okay? He took his L.
That was such a good battle. That was such a good battle. Yeah.
Nicki got murked by Remy Ma, period, when she came back on the Ether beat. It's
done.
like
Done.
it's done. And she had some things to say. She tried to come back, but
it's okay. It's okay to be done. And it's okay
done,
for somebody to have the last word.
Let's move on. That's it.
It's giving. Why you so obsessed with me? Like, let it go.
Let
Just
it
let
go.
it go.
Be an MVP.
Poor thing. Poor
come
thing,
on.
baby. It's okay. It's all right.
God.
Oh, Drakey.
Do you know Jazzy, the R&B singer? Have you ever heard?
Why don't I know Jazzy?
Jazzy?
Why don't I?
But why
don't I know her?
She's a songwriter. She wrote Virgo's Groove on Beyonce's.
Okay. I know that.
She's one of the pins on that. And she's also got her own music. She just released some new music. A song called Maybe. It's pretty fire.
Okay.
But she recently crashed out a little bit. And I don't know if it was promo.
It's 2025. It's 2025.
No. Part of me feels like it's promo because she got new music. And so it was about, she was just like, and I only saw it because somebody and then I went to her page and I was like, is she really crashing out or is this promo for a new song? And it was, I saw it on somebody else's story and it was like, this is how I want my girlfriend to react if they think they about to lose me. And I was like, wait a minute. So then I was like, wait, what is Jazzy doing? And then she's like, yo, I think I might have lost my girl. She blocked me on everything. I can't even email her. I feel like I want to crash out.
Email.
I can't even email. She was like, I want to go over there. Like, I'm about to crash out. I can't lose her. Like, she told the story about how she had her phone down and then she went through her phone and she saw a text, but it was on some mute. It was just a whole thing. And I was like, is this real? But she was like, I got to get my girl back. Like, and so I was
is she
just
calling
like,
on us for help? Was she asking us to
I don't know. That's why
join
it feels
in?
very promo-ish. It feels very like, but either way, I was just like, yo, when you take stuff to IG or the socials for your relationships,
chill.
Somebody get my phone. Don't ever let me do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want all these people in my business. But then somebody we know, Tribble. Tribble was like, this is the kind of shit I want to see. I want to see the crash outs of relationships. Since y'all be showing all the cute pictures and all the vacation spots, show us the drama too.
We want to know what happened
because now we invested.
That's what I was saying the other week. We are invested. We need to know what happened now because you need to tie it up in a bow. You need closure for your relationship, just like we need the closure.
Because you done invited us in now. Now we in. Now it's reality TV.
Don't just
out here.
delete all the photos and archive the photos. We need to know what happened.
That is basically that's how after my 8-year relationship that I definitely took all them photos down.
There's a lot of breakups 2025.
Well, cuffing season is over now. Cuffing season starts. They start building their roster in the fall, and then they start getting who's going to be locked down for the winter.
It's a wrap.
And now the sun is out, the skin is out.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's like the
handcuffs
are
it's coming
off.
The winter is melting. Winter is melting.
I was at the beach today. Okay. I went to the beach today, and low-key, I went in a hoodie, and I thought it was going to be like a little breeze, because the Pacific Ocean, you guys, for y'all that don't live over here, is cold usually. And it's not, like, I'm used to Florida water, warm waters, but on the Pacific Ocean, it's icy.
It's freezing.
Even in the summertime, it's still cold. You got to your way in, even in the summertime. But I ended up getting naked. Basically, I got down in my sports bra and my drawers because I didn't bring a bathing suit because I didn't think I was going to do that. But the sun was out.
Yeah.
I said,
no, it's time.
Let me get this sun.
It's time. And I've been in the gym because I know what's coming.
Okay, get it right, get it tight.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody about bodies and it's not that I don't really center weight. It's not weight for me. It's really about being fit, being active.
I just want to flex. If I bend down, I want to see a little muscle, something.
You want to see a little something. I want to see a little definition.
Definition.
Yeah, it's like I want to get, I like that. I like that a little bit. So this running has been good for the body. I'll tell you that. The weight has dropped.
No,
it's melting like butter.
Listen, these runners out here, I mean, they're lean. These people that run, they're lean, but the calves.
I've lost like 10 pounds.
Wow. And you just started.
I just started.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yikes. Okay. I mean, in a good way, not
in
yikes.
A good way.
In a good
yeah.
way.
So anyway,
yikes that people are breaking up.
People is breaking up and getting outside and getting their bodies right. What's the MVP way to kind of break up?
Yeah. I mean, well, why are you breaking up? And if you are breaking up, why are you taking it to social media? Let's talk about it. Topic of the week.
We are not professionals, but in fact, regular OG lesbians with life experience who are trying our best to grow and put emotional maturity, vulnerability, and consideration of others at the forefront of our actions. Listen to us at your own risk, because who gave these hoes mics?
Breakups in general, when they happen, I mean, and are very necessary. It's never like an immediate thing. I feel like it's always a very long buildup of shit.
I can't say that because my last breakup was very swift. It was very out of the blue. It was very... So I've had all kinds of breakups. I've had the ones that are buildups, and then I've had the... I don't even know what. We were just kissing last night. What?
Yeah, like what happened? What happened? But I feel like for some people, personally, I think my breakups have been things that have led up to the breakup. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's ever been we woke up one day and just were like, we're breaking up. Mm-hmm. So I always feel like it's something that leads up to it, where the frustration is just like, we can't tolerate it anymore. So I feel like it's always build up or like repeated patterns or just things like we can't fix, and just here we are.
Yeah.
But when people, I feel like, get to the point where you're taking it to social media, it's like, why are you taking your breakups public?
Because people are going to pry anyway. So sometimes people they do they iOS press release, and they
we are making a public statement to let you know, do not ask us any questions. We are making a public statement to let you know that we want to be private.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Because and I get that for public figures who are like, please respect our privacy. So I think that's warranted when people are public figures. But when you're regular taking things to the internet, I think, you gotta you're inviting a bunch of strangers into your world, and I think it just makes it even more messy.
Yeah.
But just the breakup in general, how do you avoid it being messy when you know things are no longer going to work? Because if somebody cheated, then there's just drama built in. There's clearly, and it depends on how they bring that up to you. If you found out,
right?
If they were honest about it,
right?
If they broke it to you,
right?
That is a whole situation within itself,
right?
So cheating, I think,
is a separate thing. I think that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation, because I feel like there's no way for it to not be messy.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it outside of cheating. So any other reason that people break up besides cheating, I feel like can be easy. It can be handled a lot easier. So if my needs aren't being met, if we keep having misunderstandings, if we no longer are aligned,
if we no longer really fuck with each other,
right?
Like.
Because we can be compatible when we start, and we could still be good people, and things could still be good in our relationships, but just over time, we grow. You know
what I read? They were saying the biggest factor in relationships lasting is a friendship, how solid your friendship was.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in the last podcast about somebody being like your dog, your homie,
your best friend.
Your best friend, because it's like, if you respect them as a friend, then the same way you handle things with your friends, you handle it with kindness and curiosity and respect.
Yeah.
They're not your enemy. It's with love.
Right.
So if you see somebody like that, then I think that can ward off all those tough times, those hard times.
It gives you the roadmap, how you're going to navigate it.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Like, you already have the roadmap of how you're going to work through every one of those conversations, regardless of how difficult the conversation is going to be, right?
Yeah.
So I think those are the easier kind of conversations to have, even though they're difficult.
But you're saying leading up, so there's a bunch of shit that usually piles up, and then it's just...
Yeah, and I think that's also something to look at too, because it's like, how did all this stuff get piled up? But anyway, breakups happen, right? People break up.
Right.
They break up
right,
every day.
Right.
It just happens. But then when you factor in the cheating thing, I always consider two sides because I feel like the cheating is always the hot topic. It's always the hot button.
Yeah, it's usually
it is the hot topic.
It is usually. I would imagine is that the number one reason people break up. But
it's a hot topic.
There are definitely two sides to it.
Yeah.
Have you been cheated on?
I absolutely have been cheated on.
Have you cheated?
I have not cheated, but I've been cheated on more than once.
Same.
Yeah.
I've been cheated on. I've never cheated. I don't think I have it in me to cheat, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. It is one of those things where I can see both sides now at my big age. But back then, when I got cheated on first, I was a lot younger the first time. And when I got cheated on second, I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And had you asked me then, I could not see both sides of the coin.
No,
it was dead to me.
I was the victim, and you 100%. Were the perpetrator, and you're shitty, and that's it. You're a shitty person.
That's it.
That's it.
And there's no coming back from it.
Yeah.
And I'm not fucking with you, period.
It is that way. There are shitty people out here who just do shitty things. Yeah. And you could have been a good person, great in the relationship. Yeah. But most of the time, if you're in a loving, healthy relationship and then somebody cheats, there are things that probably haven't been discussed. There are needs going unmet. From experience, I definitely know that I can see now why the cheating occurred. I think there was a big disconnect between us to the point I even look back in hindsight and I was like, did you even like me? Like, did you really fuck with me? Like, I don't know. You know, I still wonder sometimes. I'm like, and did that lead up eventually to you? You know, I still think it was a cowardly thing. Yeah. Because there were things that you never said to me. Yeah. So I can't, you know, you can't read people's minds. So if you're going with needs being unmet and you don't ever broach it and you can't get up the courage to really talk about those things. Did you want it to work out? And then you thought cheating was the better way to go? Yeah. That's an H-dub move.
100%.
That's an H-dub move.
100%.
You know,
100%.
It's not giving MVP. It's giving coward. Yeah. And it's giving, I don't know how to say what I need.
Yeah, 100%. And a lot of times I feel like, a lot of times when cheating, I think it's happening, it has nothing to do with you. It has a lot to do with that person
that's cheating
and what's going on with them. Yeah. And sometimes they don't have anything. It has nothing to do with your relationship. It has to do with what's going on with them internally, or their ego, or their brokenness, or their trauma that they haven't dealt with, or all these things. And so now I can see both sides of it, where I've had friends that have stayed with people that have cheated on them, and back then I'd be like, yo, that's crazy that you're with them. That's crazy that you stayed with them. Yeah. But now I can look at it. I think
it depends on how it's handled. Like if somebody cheated.
Let me ask you, would you now, if someone cheated on you, do you think that you would consider staying with them after?
I considered staying with the person who cheated on me, but I knew it was going to be a very, 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 very long road because the trust is broken. And I think that's the biggest thing about cheating is the betrayal of it all. Yeah. The trust, trust is really hard to get back. Like it's hard for you. You said trust is even hard to give. Like you got to earn trust with you. I give my trust freely. So, but once it's broken, now I'm paranoid. Now I don't know if I can trust you now. And I don't want to have to keep questioning whether or not I can trust you. That's not fun. Yeah. And so that person who cheated has to work at getting that trust back. And if they don't feel like they are going to do that work, then absolutely not. It's done. But also I think it's how it was brought about. Like if I had to find out and you didn't bring it to me, You didn't come and say, I did this thing. I am so sorry. I don't want to lose you. I made a huge mistake. Like, if you don't come to me like that, then I don't think I would stay with somebody.
It's a lot of factors involved.
It's a lot of factors involved. Yeah. What about you?
I think that, like you, there would be a lot of factors involved, but I think I definitely would consider it. I think that it would depend on how strong my relationship is. I think it would depend on how that person was moving before this happened.
Right. Was it just sex?
Yeah. Was it just something that happened? Was it a one-off? Was this person, was my partner somebody that likes to lie generally? Are they a deceiver naturally?
Oof, I would hope not.
You know what I'm saying? But but when I say like how they move, is this something that is kind of like aligned with like how they behave anyway?
Yeah.
Or is this something where it's just crazy out of the blue? Like, where did this come from? So if we had a strong foundation, one, I would consider considering. Yeah. I would consider the consideration.
You're right.
And then I think they would have to work through it. You'd have to really work through why you even did that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need to see you go into therapy.
We need therapy.
You need therapy. Yeah. You need to work it out. You need to figure out why you did it.
And you need to reassure me.
And I need to feel safe again.
Yeah. Like, you got to make me feel safe again. And if you don't,
there needs to be new boundaries.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I think if those things would happen, then yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because that says a lot about them if they're willing to say, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make you feel safe.
Because I fumbled.
Yes,
I fumbled.
The
what
bag.
The fuck? Yeah,
okay? Yeah.
And something was fucked up. Like, I had to deal with some shit. Let me go fix it.
And there was 100%. Something that I hadn't voiced to you that I just wasn't feeling from you, and I wasn't. And you gotta be able to hear that and receive it too, because it's hard to hear those things through the hurt of the cheating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A bitch, don't bring nothing over here about what, but
that's where the emotional maturity comes in. So if you can but you also got to give yourself grace. You got to also be able to feel your emotions. If you feel betrayed, then allow yourself to feel betrayed.
Absolutely.
So give me a moment. Because right now I'm not fucking with you.
Right.
And right now I'm not open to feeling how
I don't care. I don't want to hear anything about how your needs.
Don't care.
Nothing. I don't want to hear it. You gotta give me a minute.
Need a minute. I'll be at the hotel.
Yeah.
And give yourself a minute. But if you can say to yourself, if I can be open, then that's growth.
It is.
It's growth if you can talk about it.
Absolutely.
So if you walked away from a relationship, I never asked my person, both those people, when they cheated on me, I never asked them really, really, really why. Really got to the nitty-gritty of why. I never really got to the nitty-gritty of what was my role in it. Maybe how I might have been responsible, not for necessarily the behavior of cheating, but how I might have been responsible in maybe making them feel invisible, ignored, whatever. So we didn't really get down to the nitty-gritty of it. So
I had a conversation with the person who cheated on me after 8 years, and it was an interesting conversation. There were needs that she felt weren't being met, but she hadn't really voiced them, And so to me, it felt like you didn't really give me an opportunity to ever fix those things. Yeah. You just went off and found it in somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's cool for you. I mean, go off, but I think it's really unfair to, I don't feel this way anymore, but in that time, I was just like, yo, that's so fucked up. Like, you didn't even give me an opportunity to course correct before you went out and did this thing.
Yeah.
And you didn't really say it. And that's one thing about, she called herself a people pleaser. And I was just like, that's the thing about people pleasers. You got to be careful around them because they harbor resentment that you don't even know about because they're so worried about pleasing other people, even if it's neglecting themselves or abandoning themselves and then they build resentment that you don't even know about because they're not voicing these things to you. So it was a tricky, when I heard the things, I was like, damn, okay, I could see that. But how do we even fix it? Do you even want to fix it? And there was a point where we kind of went back and forth, but then it was like, she said something interesting. She was just like, I would have to cater to your feelings for a very long time. And yeah, you would. You would have to make me feel safe again. Yeah, you would. And I don't think she wanted to do that.
Right. And that's fine.
That's fine.
Because I don't need you. Yeah, because your apology is cool, but you're not willing to do the work, and that's fine.
That's fine. Thank you.
Move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Move on. Cool.
But I'm glad I'm glad that you just brought that back up again about she didn't give you an opportunity to kind of course correct, because at the beginning when we started talking about breakups and I said, I feel like things add up. It takes a long time, but things add up. And you had said, I feel like, no, sometimes people they break up with you and you don't even know it's coming.
Well, that was another breakup that did happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But what you just said about, she harbors resentment, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah.
So for you, it felt sudden, but for her, it didn't, because what people do is they take silent inventory during this relationship, and they're checking off, they're counting every single time.
I think we both kind of knew we were in a rocky place in our relationship. So that wasn't the one that came real swift. That one did. I could tell that there was something. I didn't think it was that.
Right.
But there was definitely, you felt the rockiness.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think I think that this is kind of happens in a lot. I think this is a general thing. I think it happens a lot in relationships.
Absolutely.
One person is taking silent inventory
and not communicating.
They're not communicating, and they're checking off these things and they're tallying up these things. And so for one person, it feels sudden and swift.
Yeah.
But for the other person that's been taking inventory, it feels like an overdue breakup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two people walking away, it's like, where'd that come from? And for the other person, it's like, damn, it's overdue. And it's like,
I've been sitting here for too long. Yeah.
So
it's,
communication is key.
And I think really fucking with your person is key.
Yeah.
Like when you get to a place where y'all not really liking each other, that's tricky. Like, where you're nitpicking at things and people getting on your nerves.
If you don't like me, just go
away. Go away. Say that and move on. Like, let's break up. Don't sit here with me if you don't really fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane to me. Low key.
Yeah.
Low key to lay in bed with somebody you don't fuck with.
Yeah. And that's so crazy to me, because I really value my time. I'm not hanging around nobody I don't want to be around, period. So if I'm around you, I want to be around you. I fuck with you.
I fucks with you.
So don't be around me and you don't want to fuck with me and you don't like me. Like,
that's
just
insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's really insane to me.
No, you're crazy.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't want to be with you because you're crazy.
You're crazy, and like
that's nuts. That's nuts.
I don't know. That's wild to me, low key. But
So to that point where it starts getting public and taking things to the internet, then it just feels sloppy, because if you're moving like we're friends and you're handling people with care, then you're just not doing those things.
Yeah. But when the breakup actually happens, like, untangling yourself from someone, especially somebody like these little, we were cuffed up for the 5 months. They can be hot and heavy, and they can be painful, right?
Especially with lesbians.
Because
we love to meet somebody,
and
we love to be like, oh my God, I love her.
I am not on that tip.
Oh my God, I love her. We're moving in together. It's gonna be a thing.
The next person, I'm taking my time.
Okay, slow.
We can live separate for a minute.
Ride slow, homie.
Oh,
okay. Listen.
Drive slow,
I'm
homie.
Trying to see how you move.
I want to see how you move. I want to see how your brain functions. I want to see how your heart functions. I want to see how you fucks with your other friends. I want to see how you like move with your peoples. Like, I want to really, because I really want to fuck with my next person. Like,
because honestly, if it's supposed to be, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So.
Period.
Yeah.
But I think the actual moving on, like, who gets what? Like, how do we do? Like, that be the tricky part, because I remember like when I was, I lived with this person for 6 out of the 8 years, because we took a minute to move in together, but like it was like, oh, who's taking this and who's getting that? Do you want to move out the apartment? I honestly, that was a rough time. Like the time world felt upside down. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, everything, nothing made sense.
No.
It was like, what? To be with somebody that long, like common law marriage, you've been in a long ass relationship. Yeah. It's tricky when it gets down to like the petty shit, and it's like, luckily there was not a lot of pettiness in like, okay, if that's what you want, you take that and I'll keep this. And
when you're trying to divide things and it's still, the breakup is still fresh, it can feel very petty because people are still kind of like raw.
And
emotions are
still
raw.
Living with each other because
those are my dogs. Those are my dogs. Let's not
get into dogs.
But at least people are breaking up and divorcing, and there's kids involved. People are breaking up and divorcing, and there's homes involved. I mean, we're just talking about
these
little things, but those dogs. I mean, dogs are kids.
Kids, period.
And say less. Now you got to figure out visitation. So now this means I got to see you.
It took a minute because we came in with dogs, like a dog.
Baby.
And it was so hard. That broke my heart to break them up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the hardest things, honestly.
I'm curious. I'm curious to know, how are y'all dealing with pet situations?
Yeah.
Because are y'all leaving the pets with the person you broke up with? Are you taking the pets? Are y'all doing visitation? Are you still seeing the ex every couple of weeks?
Some people just yank the dogs and be like, well, I'm taking the dogs. Or, people really be out here doing some visitation, or like, you keep the dogs.
We were meeting up in parking lots at a point. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Leaving the dog on the porch. I was like, this is nuts.
Wild. It's wild. And then you think of people with kids that really have to like figure out the well-being of a human being and how they're going to function.
It's tough.
It's
tough.
Breakups are hard.
Entanglements, and friend groups. And then the loyalty starts is the whole treason. Like I said, the treasonous shit starts to bubble up. We came together. We leaving together. Get in the car.
Get in the car, bitch. Get in the car. Now, y'all mutual friends, I get it. Y'all got to toe the line. And that's probably hard for them, too. Like,
because
to be like, I love both of y'all.
Friends, yeah.
I love both of y'all. And you was foul as fuck for doing that shit to my friend.
Yeah.
But I still fucks with you because you a good person to me. Like, I get all of that. It's just hard. It's just hard because you've created a community around a union.
Yeah.
And so when that union breaks, it's like, damn.
I think you got to just handle everything with grace. And I think that you have to allow yourself time. I'm not going to the barbecue right away. I just can't do it. You know, I'm not ready to sit at the same table.
You have to protect yourself. I remember cocooning myself. Like, I only hung out with like my real core motherfuckers that like I knew was loyal to the soil and like that had my back, because that's what I needed to be around at that time because I felt so betrayed. I felt so vulnerable. I felt so raw. Like, it was like, I really need protection right now. And I need to be in a safe space with only people that I know love me down. You know what I'm saying? And that was a good year after that. I couldn't be around certain people. I didn't want to see certain people. It was a fuck you to a lot of people.
When cheating is involved, not just you, but like the betrayal extends now outside of the person that you were with. The betrayal is now extending to friend groups, because then there are people that knew about it and didn't say anything. And there are people that brush things under the rug. There are people that didn't want to get involved. And then you're like, I get that you didn't want to get involved, but damn, homie, you was smiling.
I just had somebody who was talking about they're a friend who knows they have, there's a couple and they're closer with one person, but they know this other person, they know that person is doing some fucked up shit and they're cool with this other person.
And it's like, is it none of my business?
Do I tell them? It's tricky, because then what if they stay together? Now I'm the one who gets the cold shoulder because I said something, and it's like, and nowadays people be in open relationships, so you be thinking you see something and it's like, oh, I already knew about it, and it's like, Yandy. Have you seen this? Yandy and Medici. Yandy talking about, oh, that was me in his DMs. Okay, girl.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, but okay.
Okay. All right, girl.
Crazy.
Right.
Saving face. People gotta save face.
know.
Anyway, breaking up.
Breaking up is hard to do when you really
the fear of being alone keeps people stuck.
I ain't saying that at all right, but it was supposed to be Donny Hathaway.
Ah!
So have you ever stayed in a situation that you really knew wasn't it?
Yes.
But you did because the alternative of being alone wasn't it?
No, not from a fear of being alone, not from a fear of being alone, more from I knew it wasn't the right relationship for me, but at the same time, I wasn't ready to move on quite yet. I just knew it wasn't the right relationship, but it was like I was just hanging out.
You were settling.
I was just settling.
It's called settling.
Yeah. I was just hanging out. I don't
think I've ever done that.
I didn't hang out.
I think as soon as I realized that I don't foresee this.
Yeah.
I think I'm out.
Yeah.
It's like, and it hurts. It sucks to break up with someone.
How did you break up with this person when you realized?
I just said I think we should take some time. I think there are things that aren't aligned, and I don't know if I can see us in the future.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks. It sucks because you do have love for that person, and it's like. But it's like, I'd rather release you. Like, I feel like that's the loving thing to do. It's like, I know.
I just want to let you go. Fly away. Fly away.
Nah, but it's really also not I want to let you go. It's just like, you deserve somebody who definitely sees a future with you.
Yeah.
And if I don't see it, and I'm like, there are things that are coming up that I just don't know if we would make it.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're dope, but I don't think you're for me.
And I'm wasting your time, and I'm wasting my time.
I'm wasting your time. And I think that's a loving thing to do, to be like, yeah, I don't think this is it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do, and it sucks to do, because who wants to hurt somebody? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hurt somebody, but I don't want to hurt you worse. Like, that's the thing with the other breakup, with the cheating breakups. It's like, nigga, just let me go.
Let me know. Just let me know
that you don't want me no more.
Because now it's like you're throwing daggers, you knifing me up. It's like,
nigga,
I don't need all of that. Just tell me you want to leave.
You think this was gonna hurt less?
Tell me you want out the contract,
bitch. What?
It's okay.
It's crazy to me that people is just like, I want to hurt you, so I didn't tell. Tell me before
so
you
thought sleeping with somebody was gonna be.
What?
You didn't think this through. You did not think this through.
Because, baby,
but you also thought you wasn't going to get caught.
That part. So where are you planning to tell me ever?
Right.
Like, how long were you going to keep
this
up?
Nobody really I mean, there are very few people who cheat and then come back and be like, let me let you know, on Thursday I cheated on you. I mean, they're not cheating and trying to run back and tell you. So they're cheating and they think they ain't going to get caught. So that's how that goes.
That's so shady. It's just I'm just not of that mindset. So it's like
the shadiest.
It's so fucked up to betray somebody that you say you love like that. Like, that's wild to me. I'll never be able to wrap my brain around that.
Yeah, people lie all the time.
I know.
People lie all the time.
I get it.
People lie all the time. But yeah, so no, I did not stay with this person for fear of being alone, but just hanging out. It was also long distance, so that also made it easier. I wasn't even in the same state.
H-dub.
Yeah.
H-dub behavior.
H-dub behavior. Yep, I'll take it.
It's okay. We on MVP
I did wreak havoc.
now.
I did wreak havoc, but I would not do that again. I would not do that
Yeah.
again. It was H-dub behavior. I'll own that.
It's all good.
But I'm MVP now, so it's cool.
That period.
It's cool.
We on this journey.
It's for real.
We try to do better with each relationship. Each person that we love, I think we doing better. Like, I feel like I do better in my communication, in trying to set boundaries. Me and you just had a conversation about setting boundaries for myself.
Yeah,
like,
it's important.
It's important. Like, sometimes you gotta, friends will check you on that. Like, well, what's your boundaries?
Mm-hmm.
So, really just trying to. I think the more you tap in with yourself and the more you love yourself, the easier it is to be an MVP in breakup situations.
But I think that's what you learn from breakups. And I think people stay in relationships that they know that they shouldn't be in. Let me speak for myself. I think people stay in relationships that they know they shouldn't be in sometimes out of A, convenience, B, just hanging out, C, don't want to be alone, comfort zone. It's just more comfortable to be here. But also sometimes when people have been with people for a long time, your identity is wrapped up a lot in that relationship.
Totally.
So it's also like, well, who am I without this person? A lot of everything that you've been doing for the last 8 years, 10 years has been with this person, with this friend group, with all these things. So I think it seems, I think for a lot of people, very scary to even untangle yourself. What if you've moved to another state? What if you've got homes and businesses?
And you know, ultimately what you have to do now is look at yourself in the mirror and just love on yourself.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because your worth has been tied into someone else.
100%.
So you deem yourself unworthy now that you're not coupled or whatever. So it leaves you with just facing yourself in the mirror and your own worth and your own self-love. And that's hard for a lot of people to do.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Come on, it's scary.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't even.
And it's a hard journey. It's a hard fucking journey.
I mean, I don't even want to look for an apartment right now. Like, you think about somebody that's got to uncouple themselves, and now they've got to be solo, and now they've got to do all these things and move out. And I mean, it's a lot.
I've experienced
it's a lot.
It, so it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's taxing for sure. But, all right, but breakup season. It's summer's coming out.
Yeah.
So, you know, for y'all that are going through it, we wish y'all the best.
Come outside.
Love on yourself. Come outside. Lean into your community.
Yeah.
That's really where you're going to find a lot of love, a lot of people to pour into you, because you're going to need it. You know, it's a hard time. Breakups are hard, but time and working on yourself does a lot.
Yeah. And allow yourself to grieve, you know, move on. Because people don't just grieve the person. They grieve all the shit that comes with the relationship.
Yeah.
The routines and the moments and the
it's 1,000 deaths, right? It's like the song that plays that, you know,
oh my God,
when you're out, and it's like,
oh my God, that you imagine, the future that you imagine with this person, you grieve in that too.
All the things, the little inside jokes, the little shower gel that they use in the shower. It's like every time you see it in the store, it's like, over and over, you gotta grieve those things, and it's hard. It's really, really, really fucking hard. So
it's just the end of a chapter. It's not the end of the story.
Period.
Yeah. All right,
you guys. Time for questions. Thank you for this question.
Oh, we got a question. What we got?
What songs would be on the soundtrack of your life?
Oh my gosh,
that's a hard question.
There's so many songs.
So many songs.
What songs would be on the soundtrack of your life? Well, what about you, Shiloh?
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, the actual song Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That would be a song. My world had moved so fast today. The past, it seems so far away.
That's such a good song.
But deep in my heart, the answers were in me.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind to define my own destiny. That song.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to that song on my way home now.
That is love that song. I always said if I had a biopic, that would roll in the credits.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the song that I would leave y'all on. I feel like that song just, it definitely resonates in my life, for sure. So that would be on there. Can't Knock the Hustle would be on there.
Okay.
You Don't Know Nan Nigga would
Okay. All right.
Those are just a few. Those are the top of mind.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many songs. I think, for me, I think I relate songs to like great moments or memorable moments in my life, or just things that remind me. Man, my favorite movie is Beaches. Do not judge me.
I love that movie.
Okay, I've watched that movie at least.
You Are the Wind Beneath My Wings.
Oh my God, that is my. You are the wind beneath.
That was me and my grandma's song.
Oh my gosh,
that was me and my grandma's song.
Fly. So that would be on my soundtrack.
Do you know I had a ninth grade teacher, English teacher, who at the end of the year, she stood in front of class and sang that to us, and we all cringed in our desk.
Get out! I would have crawled under my desk.
Yo,
get out of here!
Because I get secondhand embarrassment bad, and she couldn't even sing that good. So we were all like,
"Why are you doing this?"
And it was this white lady teacher, and it was a lot of black folks in there.
Why are you singing this to us?
What the fuck?
Why am I the one beneath your wings, though?
Anyway, that made
I love that song. It's it's also, I think, the movie, about decades worth of friendship. So I think it also just speaks to, like, I value loyalty. Yeah. And so I think it just rides with me. I think another one would be crazy. Dream of California. Okay. It just reminded my brother.
Chili Peppers.
Yes. My brother drove me, play that song when he was driving me along the coast of Pacific Coast Highway. And it just reminds me of like it was like when I first moved to California. So it was like, oh my God, the world opened up and there's all this like possibility.
California will do that to you. Like
for real.
It's so majestic. It's so like grand, especially coming from flat ass Florida, like the mountains and the Pacific
and coming
Ocean,
from New York and concrete
jungle, and like California hits different. Like when you start to really get into Californication, like what that song's talking about, it's like the things that you start to realize. It's like coming down the 405, down that hill into the valley. I will like that. I remember when I had a stint back in Florida that I moved back to Florida, and I used to crave, like I used to miss that.
Yeah,
like
that drive.
Yeah.
I miss I used to wake up really, really early when I lived in Culver City like 10 years ago. And every weekend I would go like 5 a.m. in the morning and go to Malibu and watch the dolphins jump. It's like California just has dope things like that, you know? So it reminds me of that.
Okay, so Californication, Wind Beneath My Wings.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I ain't heard no New York, nothing up in here yet.
No, I'm going to say every single album by Mobb Deep. Every single album, I-95, driving down the I-95, every single album by Mobb Deep is my life story.
Okay.
And then I would say lastly, probably new stuff.
Scared to death, scared to look.
Yeah, I play Nipsey Hussle a lot. Hustle and motivate.
Okay.
Hustle and motivate. So that would be that would be my shit.
Nipsey definitely got to be on there for sure. Victory lap. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good. That's a good question. I like that question.
I love that question.
All right, before we get into Fuck, Marry, Friend Zone, listen, y'all, if y'all love us and don't want to break up with us, okay?
Don't break up with us.
Don't break up with us.
We stand together for a long time, baby.
My man. Follow us on IG. Hook up with us. Please listen to the podcast. Rate us. Give us 5 stars, y'all. It matters if you listen. You got to listen for at least 60 seconds, Shiloh said. So shout us out. Please leave some comments. We're always posting, so join the community.
Yeah, screenshot and let us know that you love us.
Yeah,
that you fucks with us.
Tell us how you breaking up, and tell us like your breakup story. I'm trying to hear something.
Give us some listener letters.
Yeah,
send them in to MVP Podcast. That's EMVP Podcast @gmail.com.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, y'all. It's time for Fuck, Marry, Friend Zone. All right, Chos.
Who
we got a bag of little R&B ladies.
R&B baddies?
Yeah.
Okay. Who we got?
We got Ari Lennox. Okay. We got Summer Walker.
Okay.
And we got Jazzy.
Ooh. Okay.
I had to throw her in there since we talked about it. That's a homie. So, we love you, Jazzy. I hope it ain't real.
All right. I got to see a picture of Jazzy because I don't know who this person is.
Let me see a picture
before I start saying who I'm doing.
Jazzy cool.
So, automatic, Jazzy is coming home with me. All right, Jazzy? Instantly, I'm marrying you. I'm loving the look. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving the style. So instantly, that's my vibe. I'm attracted to that. That's my style. So sure. Jazzy, we're getting married.
If your girl don't come back, Cho says she got
We get married. So if it's, you breaking up. So we getting together. Summer Walker, I think Summer's cool. She's chill. She's also got this like new pinup style that I'm loving. She's very, very, very sexy. I think for Summer, I'm a fuck Summer. Mm-hmm. I'm a fuck Summer. She's sexy. Mm-hmm. She's out here in these streets. I'm feeling it. And then she does her thing. She sings and then she goes home and she minds her business. And I like that. So I'm fucking Summer. Ari, Ari is going to be friends. We're going to chill. We're going to have some good conversation. We're going to talk about Jazzy. It's going to be cool. So I'm fucking with Ari on a friendship level.
Okay, cool.
I like that.
I like
that's
that.
My people.
I think I'm a friend zone Jazzy because me and Jazzy real cool like that. That's the homie. I think I am going to fuck Ari. And I'm gonna marry Summer. I know Summer be out here wilding a little bit. But I think, I like a little hood in my girl. So I feel like she got a little hood in her.
That's definitely your type.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And she got, she got, I think she's getting it. I think she's evolving. I think she had a lot of social anxiety back in the day. And she's still a little young for me, but I think that would be more of my type out of the three.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Y'all will have fun together. Okay. That's what's up.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to another episode.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah. Keep your heart soft, your vibes high, and stay in bloom.